afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Live at 4 on this Wednesday. It's colder today than yesterday,
You think today was the coldest one so far?
You know, you'd think we'd be getting used to it at this point.
Right, yeah. But now tomorrow we'll be in the 20s.
Wow.
So that'll feel like the 60s. It'll be great.
That's right. It'll spring coats. All right, we'll get to the weather in just a minute. But first, Public Health has extended its mask mandate again in Dane County. But could this be the last one?
Plus, cold, as we were just saying, even by our standards. Dana Fulton has your certified most accurate forecast with a brief warm-up, and then more Arctic air is on the way.
And giving it another go, Republicans in Wisconsin reintroduced medical marijuana legislation. So now is the time to see it move forward. We'll find out. Let's take a look outside. What is going on here?
I think he's setting up his ice fishing shanty,
Is that what
isn't
it
it?
is?
Looks that way.
We're doing the Ironman practice? I don't know.
Yeah, it's a good workout either way.
Brief warm-up, the weather words. Dana is in the backyard. Brief, I guess, is the operative word here.
It is very short and quick, but we'll enjoy it at least for tomorrow. Right now, it's still quite cold outside. These current conditions really are focused just for the next few hours. It is still cold for this evening. Temperatures in the single digits right now for our Wednesday evening. A breeze coming in from the southwest, so that's going to help fuel a little warmer air building in overnight and for Thursday. But wind speeds in the mid to low teens, so that's putting our wind chills well below zero right now. It is still quite cold for us. Notice, though, off to the west, things improving a little bit. In fact, wind chills in parts of central Iowa and Minnesota in the double digits above zero right now. So that's what we're looking towards building in our direction as we get into Thursday afternoon. This evening, temperatures dropping just a bit more down to the mid-single digits, but temps will rise overnight. In fact, by daybreak tomorrow, we'll be in the mid-teens, and that's going to lead to a more seasonally cold afternoon for Thursday. As far as traffic conditions right now, I don't have any accidents popping up. In fact, east and westbound along the Beltline, all green and smooth. Same goes mostly for downtown Madison and downtown Janesville. North and southbound on the interstate through Rock County and Dane County, no delays this evening. From the Beltline to Janesville, 25 minutes, 15 minutes to get from Middleton to Sauk City, and downtown to Sun Prairie, sitting at about a 17-minute commute for you this evening. We'll take a closer look at the cold temperatures that will follow our brief Thursday warm-up in just a few minutes.
All right, we'll see you then, Dana. Come on in, warm up. Dane County's mask mandate will remain in place for at least another month.
Public Health Madison Dane County says it will remain in place through the end of February. Eric Franke joins us now with the reasons behind the extension. Eric?
Well, it was set to expire in less than a week, Susan and Mark, and while the numbers are starting to finally fall again, it's not enough to remove the mandate. Dane County has now had a mandate in place since late August. And since July of 2020, only last summer, between June and August 19th, was there not a Dane County mask mandate. Health officials say they still have incredibly high rates of illness and hospitalizations and say now is not the time to let our guard down.
I don't think anyone wants to have an order that lasts in perpetuity. But we also we know that this will be here. COVID's not going away, but what's our normal rate going to look like? What's that normal experience? We're not quite there yet.
The announcement comes after the surge of Omicron cases, which has pushed many healthcare providers to their limits. It's too early to tell if Dane County has made it past the peak of those Omicron cases, but Dane County's new case count yesterday was down to 758. Now, that's about half of the new case average at the peak of this most recent surge. And by the way, there have been about 130 complaints about people not wearing their masks in Dane County since December 1st. Non-compliance in the city of Madison can result in a $376 fine, $263.50 in Dane County, outside the Madison city limits. Mark and Susan.
Eric, thank you. New data from the CDC shows the severity of illness with Omicron appears to be lower than with prior variants.
But the U.S. is still struggling with a high overall burden of disease. New daily COVID cases and hospitalizations are down, but deaths are increasing. Last week, the nation saw its highest number of deaths from COVID in about a year. The weekly average for COVID deaths is nearly 2,200 a day. That's the highest since last February.
Milder does not mean mild, and we cannot look past the strain on our health systems and substantial number of deaths.
Every ICU bed in Oklahoma City is full, prompting 4 of the largest hospital groups to warn residents in an open letter. Free tests from the federal government are arriving by mail, and free N95 masks are available at pharmacies across the country. Western Michigan University is fining hundreds of unvaccinated students who have skipped the school's mandatory COVID-19 testing.
In other news, a Milwaukee County Sheriff's deputy was shot and wounded after a traffic stop that led to a foot chase. It happened around 2 a.m. this morning near I-94. The 26-year-old deputy was shot multiple times when he attempted to stop a car. The deputy called for assistance, and as reinforcements were arriving, the driver and passenger got out of the car and tried to run away. The driver was taken into custody. The passenger side suspect was spotted around 3 a.m. climbing out of a garbage can, and that is when he fired at the deputy.
Thank goodness his injuries at this point do not appear to be life-threatening. We got to be very fortunate now. This is twice within 2 weeks law enforcement officers have encountered individuals with weapons and have been shot doing their jobs.
The Milwaukee County Sheriff's Office announced in an update that a man authorities found dead from a self-inflicted gunshot wound appears to be the person who shot at the deputy.
Republican lawmakers are trying again to legalize medical marijuana in Wisconsin. Senator Mary Felskowski and Representative Patrick Snyder introduced a bill this morning that would create a new state commission to regulate medical marijuana. Physicians who earn certification from the commission would be allowed to prescribe marijuana. Felskowski introduced the bill last session as well, but the measure didn't gain any traction. She told reporters at a news conference that the Senate Majority Leader is more than willing to allow a hearing on the measure this time around.
So we have a trend. I think it's a nationwide trend, but also a trend in the state to look to more natural types of health care and empowering those that look to natural immunity, natural health care, and beefing up our bodies holistically instead of just using a prescription type of medication.
Both Assembly Speaker Robin Vos and Governor Tony Evers have expressed support of legalizing medical marijuana.
A man who admitted to killing his grandmother after claiming that he saw and heard demons could spend the rest of his life in a mental health facility. Rock County Judge Barbara McCrory ordered 37-year-old Jamie Beggs to be committed for the rest of his life, but with the possibility of being released after at least 25 years. If Beggs is ever released from the mental health facility, he would be on parole for the rest of his life. Beggs has been diagnosed with bipolar schizophrenic disorder, as well as a personality disorder and substance abuse disorders.
A 62-year-old man was killed this noon after a delivery truck driver hit him in downtown Madison. Madison police said the crash happened in the 300 block of West Washington Avenue near the intersection with Broome Street. According to a police report, the victim was reportedly known by people in the area for picking up litter near where he was hit. There's a major news today from the U.S. Supreme Court.
One of the longest-serving members is expected to retire. Skylar Henry has the latest.
Justice Stephen Breyer, the oldest member of the Supreme Court, will retire at the end of the court's current term. At 83 years old, the liberal justice had been under pressure to step down to give President Biden his first opportunity to pick a successor. The president says the timing was left to Breyer to decide.
Every justice has the right and opportunity to decide what he or she is going to do and announce it on their own. There has been no announcement from Justice Breyer. Let him make whatever statement he's going to make, and I'll be happy to talk about it later.
Appointed by President Bill Clinton in 1994, Breyer is the second longest serving of the current justices, just behind Clarence Thomas, who joined in 1991. The court's current term runs until the end of June. President Biden is expected to name his pick for Justice Breyer's replacement in the next few weeks. During his campaign, he pledged to nominate a black woman.
The president has stated and reiterated his commitment to nominating a black woman to the Supreme Court and certainly stands by that.
As a liberal justice, Breyer's ruling supported abortion rights, healthcare access, and LGBT causes. But in the court's current 6-3 conservative majority, he has often found himself in dissent. Timing allows the president to fill the vacancy while Democrats hold a slim majority in the Senate, a margin that could slip away after the midterm elections. Skyler Henry, CBS News at the Supreme Court.
The United States is trying to de-escalate tensions on the Russia-Ukraine border. Secretary of State Antony Blinken says the U.S. has delivered its written response to Russia in an effort to ease tensions at the border. But he made the U.S. position clear, rejecting Russia's demand that Ukraine be permanently barred from joining NATO. The Kremlin has denied that it plans to invade Ukraine, despite amassing tens of thousands of troops near Ukraine's borders.
There are core principles that we are committed to uphold and defend, including Ukraine's sovereignty and territorial integrity and the right of states to choose their own security arrangements and alliances. We're open to dialogue. We prefer diplomacy, and we're prepared to move forward where there is the possibility of communication and cooperation.
The U.S. has been shoring up its defense of Ukraine, sending additional military assistance, including anti-tank missiles to Kiev. The State Department says up to 8,500 U.S. service members and troops in Europe remain on standby in case the crisis worsens. President Biden continues to warn of severe economic consequences and the possibility of personal sanctions against President Putin.
Well, Boston Red Sox slugger David Ortiz was the lone player to earn induction into the National Baseball Hall of Fame yesterday. Ortiz received almost 78% of the vote in his first season on the ballot. That was slightly above the needed 75% to earn induction into Cooperstown. Ortiz is a 10-time All-Star with the Boston Red Sox. He compiled 541 homers and 1,768 RBIs in 20 seasons with the Minnesota Twins and Boston. The designated hitter, known as Big Papi, won 3 World Series titles with the Red Sox.
2 years ago today, the world lost a sports legend. Basketball great Kobe Bryant was killed, along with his daughter Gianna and 7 others in a helicopter crash in California. The death of Bryant, who won 5 championships in 20 seasons with the Lakers, stunned the sports world and led to an outpouring of emotion in the city. Within hours of the crash, the area around LA's Staples Center began transforming into a massive memorial. Countless mourners gathering from across the country.
Still having an impact. Well, still to come at 4, scientists are eagerly awaiting images from the brand new James Webb Telescope.
But what does it mean for the Hubble telescope, which has a huge UW-Madison connection? We'll gaze into the future when Live at 4 continues.
You're watching News 3 Now, live at 4.
Homeowners have trusted Mad City to do the right thing and put the right product in their homes, like eShield, America's leader in energy reflective technology. eShield is the radiant energy barrier that insulates your attic and helps hold heat inside your home during colder months. Call now and save. It's our 60-60-60 sale. Take 60% off installation of eShield attic insulation, 60-month financing, low monthly payments, senior and military discounts, plus a $60 Walmart gift card with your in-home estimate. And a bonus, call during this program and receive a Nest Learning Thermostat with purchase of the eShield system from Mad City. Check us out online at madcityinsulation.com. And South Central Wisconsin homeowners, call right now for the bonus. 608-588-8226, 608-588-8226.
Deep in credit card debt? Did you know Credit Associates can help you reduce that debt? It's not nearly as complicated as you think. Let me show you what I mean. First, there's the total amount of credit card debt you owe. Whoa! We can reduce that by almost half. Second, how about those decades you'll be in debt? We reduced that down to as little as 24 to 36 months, giving you up to 20 debt-free years back. Last seriously, how about the endless hours of stress and anxiety from being in debt? We can help reduce that too. It's easy to get started. Call now to see how Credit Associates can reduce your debt and save you thousands. The information is free and there's no risk to call. 1-800-949-3849. Call Credit Associates now to start living better, debt-free. 1-800-949-3849.
You've heard that an apple a day keeps the doctor away, but you still need to see your dentist because getting good dental care is important to your overall health. You know dental bills can take a big bite out of your budget, especially if you're retired or on Medicare. Even a simple cleaning can cost $200. And other procedures like crowns and root canals can cost hundreds, even thousands more. But affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company can help. Give us a call or go online for this free information kit with all the details. This isn't just a discount plan. This is real dental insurance that can help pay for over 350 covered procedures like cleanings, fillings, crowns, even dentures. There are no deductibles, no annual maximum, and you can see any dentist you like. So don't wait. Call or go to sendinfokit.com to see how easy it is to save on dental bills.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
Welcome back. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention has a clear message for pharmacies.
They want them to stop turning away immune-compromised people who are looking for a fourth dose of the COVID-19 vaccine. In October, the CDC announced the most vulnerable among us should get a fourth shot. But that guidance may have gotten lost in the shuffle because around the same time, the country was debating boosters for the general public. Now many patients are struggling to find someone who will give them a fourth dose. CVS says it's following CDC guidance and administering fourth doses to patients who meet the eligibility requirements. Walgreens says it makes every effort to update teams with the latest clinical guidelines and information. Some places require proof that a person is immune compromised, like medical records or a doctor's note.
Well, Dolly Parton certainly isn't slowing down. The singer is everywhere these days.
Oh boy, I have always loved to cook, and I am so happy to share some of my Southern favorites with you.
Dolly's launching a new line of cake mixes with Duncan Hines. They're called Dolly's Southern Favorites. The available flavors include coconut and banana flavored cake mixes with creamy or chocolate buttercream frosting. Some of Dolly's favorite recipes for the mixes come printed on the back of the box. And just in case you're wondering exactly why Dolly is so out there these days, well, it's because she has a new album to promote. Like the cake mixes, it comes out in March.
The Federal Reserve is preparing to raise interest rates. However, the central bank isn't doing so just yet and leaving rates at near zero for now. In its announcement today, the Fed cited high inflation and a strong labor market as the reasons behind the decision. Interest rates have been low for a very long time. The Fed indicated last month there would be multiple rate hikes throughout 2022. Investors expect the first one to happen at the Fed's next meeting in March. In November, the Fed also said it was ending its pandemic-era stimulus and accelerating the rollback of its asset purchases the following month.
And stocks turned mostly negative as investors digest the Fed's decision. The Dow Industrials lost 129 points, closing at 34,168. The NASDAQ managed a 2-point gain, but the S&P 500 was off 6. Well, the most powerful telescope known to man has reached its final destination 1 million miles away.
The James Webb Telescope is now positioned between the Earth and the Sun on a quest to behold the dawn of the universe.
That's all? Scientists are eagerly awaiting some dazzling pictures of the cosmos. Michael Maceda is an assistant professor of astronomy at UW-Madison. Michael, welcome to Live.
Hi, Michael. Good to see you.
Hi, nice to see you too. Thanks.
Why are scientists so excited about this telescope?
I think we're so excited about James Webb because it is giving us capabilities that we've never had before, and it's really designed to help us answer many of the big questions we still have about the universe. So our place in the universe, are there planets like our Earth? And then, larger scale, how did everything happen after the Big Bang? How did stars form? How did galaxies form? And how did everything go from then until today? So really kind of completing our picture of what the universe is like and how it came to be.
Wow, wow. What can we possibly learn about the Big Bang from this telescope?
So what we're really hoping to learn, particularly about the very early phases of the universe, is, like I said, about how stars and how galaxies form. So light travels at a fixed speed. And so if you're looking at something that's further away, you're actually looking back in time. So we also like to say that a telescope like James Webb is kind of like a time machine. And it's going to give us an ability to look back into the very, very early phases of the universe, really just shortly after the Big Bang. And we don't know currently how long it took to go from the Big Bang to have the first stars and the first galaxies and the first, things that we can see. We don't know how long that took. And so we're hoping with James Webb to be able to answer that question and kind of put together the whole cosmic timeline and understanding how we started to form things and how they changed and evolved into things that we see around us today.
Well, for years and years, scientists relied on the Hubble telescope. Much of it developed here at UW-Madison. What's the fate of Hubble?
So Hubble's still going strong, actually. Hubble's more than 30 years old now, and it can't be stated greatly or more greatly how important Hubble has been to our knowledge of the universe. And so we're all thrilled that Hubble is still going strong. We have great new science going on with Hubble, and we're hoping that James Webb, with different capabilities, is going to really still complement very nicely the kind of work that we're able to do with the Hubble Space Telescope.
When do we expect to see the first pictures from this telescope?
So the first picture should probably come out in the sort of early summer, so like May, June. That's the sort of current timeline. Depending on how everything goes over the next couple of months, we'll have a better idea of exactly when that's going to be.
And we were just wondering who James Webb really is.
So James Webb was the second administrator of NASA, and under his guidance, first of all, it was the huge push to the moon landing missions. So he was in charge in that period, but he also had the vision for NASA having a scientific component as well. So he was really very much keen on scientific research and using space exploration as a way of understanding the universe. Wow. So that's why this telescope is named after him and his contribution essentially to astronomy. What kind of instruments does this telescope have on it? So it has 4 major science instruments. Each of them have their own sort of specialties. Many of them are cameras, and so they take pictures. And in particular, they have the ability to take pictures in infrared wavelengths. So that's light that we cannot see with our eye. So really, it's going to give us a completely new picture of the universe. And there's also quite a few capabilities on James Webb for spectroscopy. And spectroscopy is really important for understanding, for example, the chemical composition of planets and of galaxies, because you're actually splitting up light and determining how much light there is in an object at different wavelengths. And so that in particular, the spectroscopic side of things, is where we are really getting a huge new thing compared to what we've had, for example, with Hubble.
Well, hopefully we'll get the images in a few months and we can have you back on, Michael, to discuss what we're seeing.
I would love to be able to do that.
All
yes,
right.
I'm very excited, and I know everyone here in Madison and around the world, we're really excited for James Webb. It's going to be a really fun time.
All right, we'll see you then.
We will look forward to having you back, Michael. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
Well, still to come at 4, some school districts are getting pretty creative when it comes to substitute teachers.
We'll find out what they're doing coming up after Dana's first warm, warmer forecast.
It's here, Wisconsin. Ashley Home Store's Mega Mattress Clearance Event is on now. Millions of dollars worth of in-stock clearance, floor samples, and overstock mattresses must be sold. Line up for savings up to 85% off while it lasts. Plus, no interest financing for 5 years. Only at Ashley Home Store.
You throw an extra blanket on to keep warm, so throw an extra blanket in your attic too. A blanket of E-Shield, the multi-layered thermal reflective attic insulation brought to you by Mad City Home Improvement. E-Shield eliminates cold drafts in your attic, and it works well with blown-in insulation to help ease the pinch of higher energy cost. Now's a great time to call. It's our 60-60-60 sale. Take 60% off installation of eShield attic insulation. 60-month financing, low monthly payments, senior and military discounts, plus a $60 Walmart gift card with your in-home estimate. And call during this program, and with the purchase of eShield, receive a Nest Learning thermostat at no additional cost. Check us out online at madcityinsulation.com. And South Central Wisconsin homeowners, call right now for the bonus. 608-588-8226, 608-588-8226.
Have you seen those small
careful with
the... Sorry, Missy.
Excuse me, could we...
Excuse me, I was wondering, could we... Bedroom.
Finding the right person for the job isn't always easy, but when you have an insurance question, you can always count on your local Geico agent. They can give you personalized advice and could help you save hundreds.
Who wants some dress shirts?
For expert help with all your insurance needs, get to know your local Geico agent today.
Keeping them safe and healthy, it's our #1 job. So even though we've all heard that the COVID-19 vaccine is safe for kids, we still have questions. That's why our family decided to get the facts on the COVID-19 vaccine for kids right away. And to keep taking simple safety steps as we learn more. Help your kids stay safe and in school. Learn more at dhs.wi.gov/COVID-19/parents.
Your eyes, beautiful on the outside, but if you have diabetes, there can be some not so pretty stuff going on inside. It's true, with diabetic retinopathy, excess sugar can damage blood vessels, causing vision loss or even blindness. So remember this, now is the time to get your eyes checked. Eye care is important to your long-term diabetes management. See a path forward with actions and treatments from a retina specialist that may help protect against vision loss. Visit nowic.com and take charge of your sight.
It's here, Wisconsin. Ashley Home Store's mega clearance event is on now. Millions of dollars worth of in-stock clearance, floor sample, and special purchase furniture and mattresses must be sold. This is your chance to save as much as 85% off while it lasts. Plus, no interest financing for 3 years store-wide. Only at Ashley Home Store.
Well, take a look at this. 20 panda cubs made their public debut at a panda breeding facility in southwestern China. The panda toddlers, ranging from 120 to 190 days old, were seen crawling on snow through toy sleds and skis at the debut ceremony, marking the year of the tiger and the upcoming Beijing Winter Olympics. The China Conservation and Research Center for Giant Pandas said 27 pandas were delivered in 2021. There are currently 356 pandas living in the center.
Pandemonium.
Yes, I love that.
It's a lot of pandas.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, you can't beat a panda video.
I think they would really love our backyard patio right now, guys.
Yes, they would.
It's still cold and still quite snowy outside. Good news, tomorrow won't be quite as cold. Then, of course, we turn cold again by the end of the week, so it's a brief warm-up. We'll take a closer look at your full 10-day right after the break.
And I noticed that as soon as I put the eShield in, it dropped it down by about a third as far as the amount of times the furnace was coming on during the course of the day.
Call Mad City Home Improvement for eShield and increase the life of your heating and cooling system by over 20%. eShield reflects radiant heat transfer in your attic for optimal energy efficiency. And now during our 60-60-60 sale, you'll save with 60% off installation of eShield attic insulation. 60-month financing, low monthly payments, senior military discounts, plus a $60 Walmart gift card with your estimate. And call during this program for the bonus. Receive a Nest Learning thermostat with your purchase of eShield from Mad City. Check us out online at madcityinsulation.com. And South Central Wisconsin homeowners, call right now for the bonus. 608-588-8226, 608-588-8226.
No matter what you do, who you are, or how much money you earn, when it comes to doing taxes, don't go it alone. Jackson Hewitt Tax Pros will make certain you don't miss out on a single deduction. Get the biggest refund you deserve at Jackson Hewitt.
What are you recommending for muscle pain?
Based on clinical data, I recommend Salon Pass.
Agreed. My patients like these patches because they work up to 12 hours, even on moderate pain.
Salon Pass, it's good medicine.
If your credit card debt is out of control, if you're in over your head in monthly payments, there's a secret the credit card companies don't want you to know. If you have more than $10,000 in credit card debt, you have the right to let us settle that debt for a fraction of what you owe. That's bad news for the credit card companies, but it's great news for you. We're Credit Associates, and we're offering you free information on how to completely resolve your credit card debt with a monthly payment you can afford. To see how much you could save, call now. 1-800-914-6947. Don't declare bankruptcy. Don't consolidate. Give us 10 minutes and we could save you thousands. After all, we depend on your success and offer a guarantee so there's no risk to call. Credit Associates. Live better, debt-free. We'll even show you how to use your stimulus money to jumpstart our services and get you debt-free faster than you ever thought possible. Call Credit Associates now to see how much you could save for free. Call 1-800-914-6947.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Well, it is still cold outside for us. Temperatures in the single digits, wind chills in southern Wisconsin below 0. But as we look off to the west right now, well off to the west, actually, things starting to improve in Minnesota and Iowa. So that's what we're expecting to build in as we look ahead to tomorrow. A bit of an improvement in our temperatures overnight. Our breeze now coming from the south. So we are expecting temperatures to climb up a bit more. We're dry currently, but notice off to the west, we do have some light flurries. We have a small chance for those flurries to creep a little closer to us for Thursday, though I think most of the area will stay dry. Our breeze coming in from the southwest, generally temperatures landing at about 6 for our overnight lows or our evening low temperatures, and then rising through the teens overnight. So by Thursday morning, we're fairly close to 20 degrees around daybreak. That quick chance for some slight flurries passes through in the early afternoon. In the afternoon, temperatures will be in the mid to upper 20s, so a pretty seasonable day. In fact, it really should feel pretty comfortable outside for Thursday. A variably cloudy sky, so not a lot of sun coming through, but notice that breeze shifts direction again, coming in from the northwest, so it cools us right back down as we head into Friday. So it is a very brief little warm up. Friday morning temperatures below 0, wind chills in the 10 to 20 below range for us. High temperatures in the afternoon will climb up into the teens. Not quite as cold, not quite as breezy outside for Friday afternoon. And we'll continue to see a cold but seasonable trend heading into the weekend. So for tomorrow, since temperatures are improving, wind chills also improving. In fact, as our temps climb into the teens, overnight wind chills will not drop below 0, the first time for the last few days. And our afternoon wind chills will stay above 0, also in the double digits above 0 for us. So it should feel pretty comfortable outside for Thursday. High temperatures tomorrow in the upper 20s, not as cold, with a slight chance for flurries passing through. Temperatures will be in the upper 20s really across the board for us tomorrow, which is close to average. Once we get through that cool spell following tomorrow, our precipitation trend picks up heading into next week. So this is a look at the start of February heading into the first week of February. So we have a system building in for the start of February, and that system could cause a bit of a mess for us for the middle of next week. Over the next few days, again, comfortable Thursday, cold Friday. We warm up a bit heading in through the weekend into the start of next week. This is the system we'll be keeping a very close eye on because of the temperature trend there. As it builds in late Monday night into Tuesday morning, temps will be below freezing. So this looks like something that will start off as snow and then transition into possibly a wintry mix or even rain in the afternoon, since Tuesday's high temperatures are trending well above average right now in the upper 30s. It looks like we'll cool down for the back half of the week, ending off in snow, but this is something that we're going to continue to keep a close eye on. Still quite a bit of time to iron out the timing and the exact temperature profile, but it really looks like we're going to warm up a bit on Tuesday, so that could lead to a messy middle of the week for us.
First day of February.
First day of February, starting off possibly a bit slushy.
I think the dogs are like a little warmer.
They'll be happy tomorrow.
You open the door and it's like a cartoon.
Sliding right on out.
All right, Dana, thank you. Well, COVID-related staff shortages are so bad at some schools that administrators are desperate for help.
They're coming up with some creative ways to get substitute teachers to keep schools open.
Here's more from Ed Lavendera.
It's breakfast time, buddy.
Breakfast with the Stone family is usually served with a side of chaos.
Kenneth, get off of grandmother's sewing machine, please.
Getting their 6 school-aged children out the door isn't easy. And on top of that, today, Jan Stone is starting a new job, substitute teacher.
Honestly, I don't know what I'm expecting. I am petrified and excited at the same time.
The latest COVID-19 surge has caused extreme staffing shortages at school districts across the country, fighting to keep in-person classrooms open.
What does Miss Reed do?
I don't know where Miss Reed is today.
In Hayes County, south of Austin, so many teachers are sick with COVID-19 or in quarantine. School district officials are asking parents to become substitute teachers. Jan Stone answered the call, and this morning, she's teaching second graders.
Good morning. How are you? I am Mrs. Stone. I am going to be your substitute today.
And as you're sitting at home and you're watching this latest surge and teachers are calling in sick and staffing shortages, were you worried that your kids were going to be sent home?
Absolutely. I look at the thing, it's like, okay, not their class this week, not this class. So yeah, I'm very concerned about that. That totally derails life for us.
One day last week, school officials here say they needed 455 substitutes, but could only fill 40% of the spots. The staffing shortage sends school administrators scrambling to figure out where to put kids without a teacher. Hayes Consolidated School Superintendent Eric Wright says they're doing whatever it takes to keep the doors open.
I talk to kids a lot, and they just tell me that the quality of education is so much better in person than it was remote.
How close has it come to the point where, hey, we just need to shut everything down? We don't have the staff to keep going.
Pretty close, but we've been able to keep our head above water.
But it sounds like you're on the razor's edge. Like this could go either way on any given day.
Yes, you're correct.
In Oklahoma, school resource police officers helped fill in when teachers were out sick. To keep schools open, the Oklahoma governor is allowing state employees to work as substitute teachers. In New Mexico, the governor is expected to work as a substitute this week as she's pushing state employees and National Guard members to fill staffing shortages as well. Oh, there we go.
There you go.
Brian McKinney owns this World War II themed miniature golf course in Buda, Texas. This is almost like a classroom.
Right.
McKinney has 2 children in Hayes County schools. He signed up to be a substitute teacher starting this week. After a year of learning from home, he wants to do whatever it takes to keep his kids in the classroom.
So it was a pretty rough year last year. Yeah.
So the idea of going back to virtual learning is not something you want to see?
No, definitely not. I don't want my kids to not be at grade level next year and decrease, their education. So clearly it's important to me as a parent.
You're going to be the most popular substitute teacher in the entire district.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. We'll know in about a week.
I mean,
Some districts getting very creative to keep the schools open. Well, coming up next on Live at 4, we'll tell you the story of a toddler who's already a championship shopper.
And then coming up next hour at 5, there has been much misinformation about the electors from Wisconsin. Our Naomi Coles will tell us how it can spread so quickly.
If you're looking to cut energy consumption in your home, call Mad City Home Improvement for eShield, America's leader in energy reflective technology. eShield reduces energy loss by reflecting radiant heat in your attic. It's Energy Star approved, guaranteed to maintain its R value for as long as you own your home. Time is running out to save during our 60-60-60 sale. Take 60% off installation of eShield attic insulation, 60-month financing, low monthly payments, senior military discounts, plus a $60 Walmart gift card with your estimate. Last chance to call during this program for the bonus. Receive a Nest Learning thermostat with eShield purchase. Check us out online at madcityinsulation.com. And South Central Wisconsin homeowners, call right now for the bonus. 608-588-8226, 608-588-8226.
Test rest a Beauty Rest Black or Black Hybrid at Steinhafels, and you could win a 2-year lease to a 2022 Mercedes-Benz GLA 250. Beauty Rest Black is the ultimate in luxury and comfort. Queen mattresses start at just $23.99. Plus, get a free weighted blanket and $200 in Steinhafels cash. And with Steinhafels special financing and free delivery, buying a Beauty Rest Black has never been easier. Relax, it's Steinhafels and Steinhafels.com.
Guys, if you're suffering from erectile dysfunction, Peak Performance for Men has a natural solution that can help you today. That's right. Stop wasting money on pills and inferior technology that hurts and just masks your ED. Fix it for good. The best part, our ED treatment is non-invasive, painless, and you can get back to your natural functionability after just a few short in-office sessions. Call us today and mention this ad, and your initial consultation is free. We are Madison's trusted specialist and only national erectile dysfunction provider. Call Peak Performance for Men today.
Suicide.
Suicide.
What can you do to help someone?
Program these numbers into your phone.
Helpline is free therapy available 24/7.
Or download these free apps to your phone that you can customize just for you.
If you thought about suicide, don't be too proud to ask for help.
The suicide will only pass the pain you are feeling onto your family and loved ones.
Get help.
Get help.
Get help.
Another mask mandate extension for Dane County tonight at 5 with a recent drop-off in COVID cases. Could this be the last time? We'll look into that possibility.
And our temperatures finally climbing above zero, but it's just a brief warm-up. We'll take a closer look at the next cold spell moving in.
Then at 6, how a fake claim about revoking Wisconsin's electoral votes in the 2020 election went viral, and why misinformation like this continues to spread. Tonight at 6.
Give the old weather satellite a spin. We end up in Charlotte, North Carolina.
That's a beautiful city.
Yeah, it is a great city.
Yeah.
A lot of fun. Great barbecue. Well, a New Jersey toddler is not even 2 years old, and already he's become famous as a champion shopper.
His parents were dumbfounded when box after box began arriving on their doorstep.
Jeannie Mose has more.
Can I have my phone, please?
He's like a little king on his throne, a throne of boxed furniture he somehow managed to order from Walmart, totaling $1,786. No wonder his dad added the tagline, "I love shopping."
My wife was thinking that I did it, but then I was thinking that she did it.
It turns out he did it. His mom had placed a dozen or so chairs in her Walmart shopping cart, intending to pick out a couple later. But 22-month-old Ayansh Kumar ordered everything using his mom's phone. His parents didn't realize until...
The people are coming with the boxes, large boxes, and they were just dropping. So 1 box came, 2 boxes came.
Now there's a giant pile of boxes at their Monmouth Junction, New Jersey home, unopened because they hope to return most of it. Walmart seems willing.
Your customer service person, she was laughing so much. Oh my God.
But they won't return everything.
So we are thinking to keep few items as a memory.
A little souvenir of his first shopping spree.
Yeah, first shopping, yeah.
The Kumars removed their debit card from the account, so Ayansh can't do any more damage. As for the $1,786... Well, you got a lot of chairs for that.
Yeah, I know. Do you want some?
They're even letting the neighbors know that this is the home of the world-famous New Jersey toddler and little rock star. When someday their son hears, "Attention Walmart shoppers," that means you, kid, perhaps the youngest Walmart shopper. Jeannie Mose, CNN, New York.
It's a great shot.
Don't give your kid the phone.
No, that's the first
thing.
Yes, first rule.
So he's so cute.
Well, it's official. The tax season is here. You can now file your returns.
But things might be a little trickier this year. We'll find out what you need to know before you file your tax returns when we come back.
To be a thriver with metastatic breast cancer means asking for what we want and need, and we need more time. So we want Kisqali. Women are living longer than ever before with Kisqali when taken with an aromatase inhibitor or fulvestrant in postmenopausal women with HR-positive, HER2-negative metastatic breast cancer. Kisqali is a pill that's significantly more effective at delaying disease progression versus an aromatase inhibitor or fulvestrant alone. Kisqali can cause lung problems or an abnormal heartbeat, which can lead to death. It can cause serious skin reactions, liver problems, and low white blood cell counts that may result in severe infections. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including breathing problems, cough, chest pain, a change in your heartbeat, dizziness, yellowing of the skin or eyes, dark urine, tiredness, loss of appetite, abdomen pain, bleeding, bruising, fever, chills, or other symptoms of an infection, a severe or worsening rash, are or plan to become pregnant or breastfeeding. Avoid grapefruit during treatment. Ask your doctor about living longer with Kisqali.
Dirt's gonna fly at the Alliant Energy Center. The Monsters of Destruction, February 4th and 5th at 7:30 and the 6th at 2 p.m. Top monster trucks including Laminator, Wall Wizard, and Crazy Train, along with the insane action of freestyle motocross. Every ticket includes a pit pass for the pit party with drivers and riders, plus go for a ride in a monster truck. Get tickets and details at monstersofdestruction.com. Get ripped up. The Monsters of Destruction, February 4th, 5th, and 6th.
Got my hair, got my head, got my brains, got my ears, got my heart, got my soul, got my mouth. All I
For skin that never holds you back, don't settle for silver. Number 1 for diabetic dry skin. Number 1 for psoriasis symptom relief. And number 1 for eczema symptom relief. Gold Bond, championing your skin.
You don't know how much pressure you put on your septic system, but Rid-X does. In a 21-month study, scientists proved that Rid-X reduces up to 20% of waste buildup every month. Take the pressure off with Rid-X.
Reynolds Wrap makes this whole cooking and cleanup thing so easy. Speeds up this so I can get to them.
Easy prep, cook, and clean with Reynolds Wrap. Winter in Wisconsin means snow, blustering winds, and sub-zero temperatures. Will your insulation keep your home warm? Fry Construction can always help. We're your roofing and insulation pros. We'll find cracks and air pathways in your insulation that are letting in the icy cold and hindering your comfort. With our thermal imaging and our cutting-edge insulation techniques, you'll be sure that your home will be warm and energy efficient for many years to come. Visit fryconstruction.com today and prepare your home for the long winter.
Right now, traffic conditions actually looking pretty smooth for the evening commute. No delays along the Beltline east and westbound, and for downtown Madison, a few slow and go spots close to campus, but overall, no brake lights popping up in places where we usually don't see them. For downtown Janesville, things are smooth, and the interstate north and southbound right now all looks pretty good for us. From the Beltline to Janesville, about 25 minutes, 16 minutes to get from Middleton to Sauk City, and downtown to Sun Prairie sitting at about 18 minutes this evening. That's a quick look at traffic.
All right, Dana, thank you. It was a tight fit in the Netherlands where a recently built super yacht squeezed its way under a bridge with only inches to spare. You can actually see passengers aboard the 262-foot Hessen Galactica duck to make their way under the bridge.
Wow.
The super yacht's maiden voyage from shipyard to seaport took more than 4 days, where it encountered tight squeezes through narrow locks and at least 6 bridges. That's a tight fit.
That's tight.
Well, it is that time of year again.
Yes, it is. Tax season is here. Monday of this week was the first day you can start filing your e-filing your 2021 taxes.
But this tax season could be a little more challenging than years past. Marshall Menninga is the president of Menninga Tax and Financial in Madison. Welcome back, Marshall. Good to see you again.
Always good to see you.
Oh, thank you. Good to see both of you.
What's one thing that you really wanted people to know about taxes filing this year?
Oh, there's a lot of things, Mark. I think that, first of all, the IRS is way behind, and I think that there will be a lot of refunds that will be delayed this year. The child tax credit issue, people started receiving checks back in July, so they want to make sure they need that letter. The stimulus payments last March, there's a letter for that. And if all those things, if they don't have all those letters and have the right amounts, their tax returns, refunds are going to be delayed. There's just so much going on this tax season. It's almost unbelievable.
Yeah, it's a lot of moving parts. What if you received unemployment benefits this year? Is that taxable income?
That is taxable income this year. It was not taxable last year, but it will be taxable this year.
So that's just more documentation you'll need, more paperwork.
That is correct, yes.
And people are still waiting for refunds from last year, I understand?
That is true. I think most of ours have received them, but on the professional journals or whatever, there are quite a few people that have still not received their refunds from last year. And most of that is due to not having the right numbers on their tax return from the 2 stimulus payments that we had last year. And there's just a lot of issues with those. And again, the IRS is short of staff. They can't find people. It's just a nightmare on the IRS side.
What kind of delays are we talking about to get your refund?
Well, really interesting. I was working with a client on an amended return for a past year, and I actually sent them an inquiry in November of 2020. I got an answer to that inquiry on this Monday. So it's exactly 14 months from the time we sent in the information that they responded to our initial inquiry. So they're way behind.
What are some of the other items that people might overlook?
Well, I think that with the itemized deductions going away, the standard deduction is claimed by most people. But this year, there's a big change in the child tax credit that has been increased substantially. The child dependent care credit has increased substantially. So people with small children are going to receive pretty substantial refunds this year, probably bigger than they've ever had because of the very lucrative benefits on the child tax credit and the dependent care benefits. One thing that I really want people to be aware of, now we've been talking about the IRS up to this point. We also have the state of Wisconsin, and from what I can feel, the state of Wisconsin, the Department of Revenue has done a great job. They're doing a great job. I believe that they're on target and everything. But one thing they did this year, they changed the withholding tables starting January 1st of 2022, and they're going to be withholding about 20% less state taxes from everybody's paychecks. So I would encourage people to look at their paychecks, compare them to last year's paychecks, or at least do a projection for 2022, because a year from now we'll be saying your Wisconsin refund is going to be down substantially unless they make some adjustments.
Oh, that's very good information. When is the tax filing deadline this year?
As of right now, I believe it's April 18th because of a weekend. But there's a possibility of them extending it, but I don't know why they would extend it unless COVID gets a lot worse or there's some other issues that pop up along the way. And of course, we never know what's going to happen. They've extended it the last 2 years.
Well, it's time to get busy, I guess. It's that time of year. Marshall, thanks for being with us. Great information as usual.
Thank you both.
And good luck to you and all your employees. It's going to be a busy time.
Thank you, Susan.
All right, we'll have a final check of your forecast coming up.
Fur, you won't faze me. Unlike Zyrtec, Allegra won't make me drowsy.
Allegra starts working 2 times faster than Claritin. So take Allegra before allergy symptoms take over you. And for kids, try allergist recommended non-drowsy children's Allegra.
Deep in credit card debt? Did you know Credit Associates can help you reduce that debt? It's not nearly as complicated as you think. Let me show you what I mean. First, there's the total amount of credit card debt you owe. Whoa! We can reduce that by almost half. Second, how about those decades you'll be in debt? We reduce that down to as little as 24 to 36 months, giving you up to 20 debt-free years back. Lastly, how about the endless hours of stress and anxiety from being in debt? We can help reduce that too. It's easy to get started. Call now to see how Credit Associates can reduce your debt and save you thousands. The information is free and there's no risk to call. 1-800-949-3849. Call Credit Associates now to start living better, debt-free. 1-800-949-3849.
Save big money on new flooring from Menards. Marquee Industries carpet has an ultra-soft touch and feel. Their stylish and luxurious designs make it ideal for living rooms and bedrooms. IVC's sheet vinyl flooring is a great way to enhance the beauty of your home. It's durable, waterproof, and easy to install. Save big money on new carpet and sheet vinyl flooring during Menards' More Bang for Your Buck sale.
Save big money at Menards.
Dane County extends the mask mandate. Could this be the last time? We'll look into that possibility at 5. Also, a group of Republican lawmakers make another push to legalize medical marijuana. Hear what they had to say and find out what happens next. That's tonight on News 3 Now at 5.
The Halderson trial, over 2 weeks of brutal details and testimony. And News 3 Now covered it all start to finish, taking you beyond the courtroom with live reports and analysis on air, online, and on social media. News 3 Now, team coverage you can trust.
Wind chills, again, still below zero for us right now throughout southern Wisconsin, but milder temperatures off to the west. That's what's going to be building in for us tonight. Temps overnight rising. We'll be near 6 degrees as we look ahead to about 8 p.m. And then as daybreak approaches tomorrow, temps will be in the mid-teens.
Wow. Break out the shorts. Thanks, Dana. Tomorrow here on Live at 4, Dr. Zorba Pastor joins us live from Hawaii with all the latest medical news.
I cannot wait to see that. It'll be a sight for sore eyes around here, and he'll also be taking your medical questions and COVID questions live on the air. That's coming up tomorrow on Live at 4.
3 days only. Day Furs acquired over 500 new garments and cool weather accessories, and everything must go. Save 40 to 80%. Pre-owned furs starting at $49. All accessories 60% off at Day Furs this Thursday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Entresto is the #1 heart failure brand prescribed by cardiologists and has helped over 1 million people. It was proven superior at helping people stay alive and out of the hospital. Don't take Entresto if pregnant. It can cause harm or death to an unborn baby. Don't take Entresto with an ACE inhibitor or aliskiren, or if you've had angioedema with an ACE or ARB. The most serious side effects are angioedema, low blood pressure, kidney problems, or high blood potassium. Ask your doctor about Entresto.
Summer's coming, and so are those warm, relaxing weekends. No matter where your adventures take you, we've got you covered at the new Lake Home and Cabin Show, January 28th through the 30th at the Alliant Energy Center in Madison. Whether you're staying at a vacation rental, towing a teardrop trailer to sleep under the stars, or heading to a beloved family cabin, you'll find everything for your getaway lifestyle at the Lake Home and Cabin Show, January 28th through the 30th, Alliant Energy Center. Every weekend should be this fun.
Welcome to the lifestyles of the smart and savvy. When it comes to saving money, the Marshalls are masterful. But back in the day, that was not the case. Today, savings is what drives them. That's why they chose Consumer Cellular.
You live and learn.
They get the same premium coverage as the nation's leading carriers for half the cost. Imagine talk, text, and data starting at $20 a month. Plus, AARP members get exclusive discounts. Switch to Consumer Cellular today and start saving.
I was a Navy submariner for over 20 years. I spent a large portion of my life underwater. Service is about putting your country before yourself. But Senator Ron Johnson uses his office to serve himself. Ron Johnson passed a special tax break that benefited his family's business, then cashed out of the company for $5 million. Ron Johnson has doubled his wealth since he's been elected. That's not what service is about. Tell Ron Johnson to stop voting for tax laws that benefit himself.
3 days only. Day Furs acquired over 500 new garments and cool weather accessories, and everything must go. Save 40 to 80%. Pre-owned furs starting at $49. All accessories 60% off at Day Furs this Thursday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m.
In today's Final Touch, a high-speed chase with a twist.
Yeah, it's a frantic police chase in Houston. The chase came to a swift end, not by the deputies in hot pursuit, but by a lightning-fast Good Samaritan in a foot pursuit. Authorities were pursuing the suspect in an alleged stolen truck in and out of neighborhoods and into an industrial complex where the driver bailed out and hopped a fence.